I rise to speak in support of this resolution and in strong opposition to what I call the bad billionaires budget bill. The proposed federal budget legislation cuts trillions of dollars over the next 10 years. And why? The primary purpose of this legislation is a sweeping tax overhaul intended to make the 2017 tax cuts passed during Trump's first term permanent. The beneficiaries, the rich and the powerful. 50% of the bill's total tax cut benefits go to the wealthiest Americans, the top 10%. While the bottom 30%, a third of our people in this country, will lose money due to the spending cut offsets. In order to pay for this horrendous tax shift, Trump and the Republicans are planning to slash important services that people in Michigan and around the state depend on. One of the many issues that are on the chopping block is housing and homeless assistance. Federal Republicans have proposed cutting housing and urban development, HUD, programs by 44% and rental assistance reduced by 57.5%, affecting over 4.4 million very low-income residents. HUD is dedicated to creating strong, sustainable, inclusive communities and quality, affordable homes for everyone. That role is more important now than ever. A Zillow analysis a couple of years ago estimated that America was short 4.5 million homes. 4.5 million homes, not enough for our people. And the shortage is actually continuing to increase, and that's making costs go up. Nearly half of our households spend more than 30% of their income on rent or mortgage payments, falling under the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's definition of cost-burdened. The programs we have now that incentivize development of lower income or working families housing, specifically the Community Development Block Grants, CDBG grants, and the Home Investment Partnerships Program, the HOMES grants, will be slashed. These programs are crucial for community and affordable housing development. And the direct cuts are just one of the ways that the bad billionaires budget bill is going to cause housing costs to rise. If this bill is passed, economists are warning that the rising deficit will push mortgage rates even higher. At a time when average mortgage rates are already near 7%, another rise in borrowing costs will make homeownership even more difficult for most Americans. Right now, 42% families in Michigan are living at the ALICE level, that's asset limited, income constrained, struggling to pay their bills every month. Even one of the cuts in this disastrous budget proposal, whether it's support for food or health care or housing, just one of these things can very quickly take a family into crisis. This is what Trump and the Washington Republicans are looking to cut to pay for one of the biggest tax shifts and wealth transfers ever. Cut support to keep people in a home, not in a car or parking structure. Cut the ability to put food on their table. Cut the health care to keep their families healthy. Just over a week ago, millions of people across this country in communities of all sizes, hundreds of thousands of Michiganders, people in Bad Axe, Owasso, Ironwood, Detroit, Farmington Hills, endless cities, villages around our state, all over the state protested and proposed cuts to basic needs for their families, food, health care, and housing. That proposal should die. And this is what you'll be supporting if you oppose this resolution. I urge you all to join me in voting yes.